Hey everyone, welcome to Rocky Tropix Gardening. I'm not in the tropics anymore, but as I've said, I used to live in the Atherton Tablelands at a very high elevation, long way inland, so I thought I'd still share my tips from what I learned growing things up there. I've got a native currant here, which is not especially happy in the cold weather here in Melbourne, but they tended to be a little bit like that up north as well in the Tablelands. So come spring, it will shoot off like a crazy thing. Hopefully I'll have it in the garden by then. I am watching this mango. This was actually turned this way. We had a frost and it was under a frost cover, but that could be a bit of frost damage there. But I have noticed mangoes, which are evergreen, of course, mangoes do get that sort of patterning on their leaves in on the tablelands, at least in the tropical areas of Far North Queensland. When we lived on the Atherton Tablelands, we did used to get frosts sort of every 1 or 2 years. The year that we left there in 2024, near the end of winter, I think it was about August, September, there was a terrible frost and all of the banana trees looked awful. Most of them sort of around the edges died and went brown, and it was just almost moonscaped. Almost all of the grass went brown, so it's long in the dry season, if it hasn't been cut, obviously. And it goes dry at the very end of the dry season, just before Christmas in the north. And but yeah, it looked like the wrong time of year because it was meant to be the lush time of the year for the grass, just before it dried off at the end of the dry season. But yeah, it did it early with the frost, so it killed all of the grass. All the grass was brown all around the tablelands, at least the area we were in when we had that awful frost. Yeah, the locals will tell you at one point there was a black frost way back in the 80s, I think it was. Somebody said -13, which is crazy, but cold weather does happen. And this one's looking a bit the same. That's a black currant. I didn't have a black currant when I was in the tropics. But yes, you may be doing very well with things like this. Peppers or capsicums if you're in the tropics. I've only just taken a couple of fruit off that, which is pretty good for Melbourne. But yeah, this is the best time to be growing your capsicums, chilies and tomatoes, and heritage tomatoes especially, because their skin is a little thinner and the fruit fly aren't around as much in winter, in the colder weather in the tropics. In the dry season, which is what you guys have at the moment, best time for the gardening, I think. Yeah, absolute best, because the wet season is just obviously so wet, unless plants really like a lot of wet and humid weather, which a lot of them don't. This is the growing season as far as I'm concerned. So I hope you're having fun in the garden, and we'll see you next time.